Welcome back, everybody. Today we've got a major radiator leak to work on. Let's get to work. My name is Robert. I'm in the shop with my truck. Today's video is going to be all about a repair I'm going to attempt. I broke the inlet for my radiator. It's plastic. I snapped it. I am going to attempt a rather unorthodox repair. Let's take a look. Alright, so this is a year 2000 F350 with the 7.3 liter Power Stroke. The problem is right here. This weekend I was replacing the cab bushings. To do that, you loosen them and then you jack up the cab off of the frame in order to be able to pull them out. And in the process, this part here raised up while that part's attached to the frame, and so this hose put a lot of strain on it and snapped this inlet right here. Pro tip, I believe loosening this little clamp here would have given it a little bit more travel room and could have prevented all of that. You live and learn. This is plastic, I believe ABS, and so I'm going to attempt a repair on this. I'll show you my other pieces here. So I keep around all my little cut-off scraps, and boy am I glad I do. I put in a new bathtub probably 3 or 4 months ago and have some spare brass pipe, and it is the same exact outside diameter as this. This is the piece that broke off. I pulled it out of the silicone tube, and this fits in there almost perfectly. In the process of doing that, I did crack it a little bit more, so that's possibly a problem. We'll see. I am going to be gluing all of this together with some ABS glue. I'm going to cut this pipe to about 1.5 inches in length and glue it in here, and then a piece of it will be sticking out on this side. I'll then put it into the radiator. This should add some structural, just strength to the whole thing, so that when I'm clamping onto it with that hose clamp and getting it real tight, this plastic, which is clearly getting brittle, will be able to hold some pressure. All right, let's do a test fit now. That's perfect. That is tight. That is so good. So it's tight. I don't think the glue is going to be, I'm going to use PVC cement, ABS cement. And that is not, I don't believe, going to adhere to this. But this little edge here will glue to the other edge on the other piece. This will just be there for support. I don't think we need to glue this to here and this to the other piece. Yeah, I think this is going to work. Now I'm twisting this around on here to find exactly how this broke off so that we've got a good contact all the way around. Now that I have found that, I'm just talking about the orientation, like clockwise. Which way do you need to twist it to get this to all match up? So now that I have found that, I'm going to mark the top on both, so that I have a reference mark. And now I'm going to put this in and see how it all fits together. Do a dry fit. Oh yeah. I wanted to make sure that was far enough in there. I'll show you. See that? I didn't want it protruding out into this outer lip. It's tapered a little bit. Oops, sorry, got a little shadow there. I think this looks good. Now for some glue. So this crack that I showed you earlier, the crack on this piece is right here. My idea for that is to put glue, PVC cement all around this edge, put it on, get some into that crack too. Then I'm gonna wrap the whole thing with some saran wrap, and then put a pipe clamp, hose clamp on it to hold it all nice and tight. That way after it dries, you can peel all that off, shave it with a knife, and have a really good surface. All right, time for the moment of truth here. Let's see if this worked. It's moving. I wonder because if it's because it didn't have any air. Oh, or maybe this is not ABS. The top of that radiator is made out of nylon, not ABS. It is PA66 nylon. And so ABS cement absolutely will not work. It is the wrong thing to use. This was so easy to research. I figured that out in about 2 seconds. I should have done that before I tried gluing it. I would have saved myself a lot of time and a lot of cleanup. I now have to use a little razor and scrape all this excess stuff off of here. I'm gonna scrape it, sand it, wipe it with some acetone, get it all cleaned up. I'm also gonna scuff up the edge of this, the inside of this, and same for the radiator. I'm gonna scuff that up with some sandpaper too. And then we'll redo all of this with JB Weld plastic weld. This is the right thing to use. It doesn't say nylon on here, but I read about it online, and this is the best one to use. All right, let's take a look and see what this looks like after it's dried for 24 hours. I don't see it moving at all. This looks pretty good. All right, I'm gonna fill it back up with fluid and take it for a drive. All right, I'm pulling away from AutoZone right now. I drove my truck over here because if I pull in this parking lot and pop the hood and there was fluid dripping everywhere, I was going to buy a new radiator. But guess what? It's not dripping. I fixed it. I do have another big trip coming up. We're driving to Seattle in about 3 weeks time, and that's 1,400 miles each way. So I don't know what I'm gonna do for that. I may buy that radiator and just keep it in the travel trailer, in the closet or something, or under the bed. That way I can swap it out halfway in the middle of nowhere if I need to. Because I'm just not so sure if I trust this yet. And then I can return it when I get back. All right, it is one day later. I just got back here from driving around town. Truck got to full temp, and as you can see, we got coolant splashed all over the place. So not only did the epoxy not work, as you can see, this is coming apart right here. It was also leaking along this crimped edge right here and around this corner, and I did not know that when I attempted to fix just this plastic part up here, but with this crimp compromised, this is beyond repair at this point, so definitely needed a new one. Check that out, I got a crew with me now. So these are my son and a few of his friends. We homeschool and always have. This is his crew that he hangs out with often. So Courtney has always been the one doing all of the homeschool, and I have done none of it. But that changed this fall. I'm now teaching a class every Friday after work. These guys come over and we hang out in the shop and work on stuff together. So they helped me with the cab mount bushing video that you saw. I don't think they really appeared in that much, but here we are working on the radiator. They helped me remove the old radiator. First we drained out all the fluid. This is a pretty easy process, draining the fluid and then unbolting a couple of hoses, and then there's a couple of plates along the top that you unbolt that hold things together, and then you just lift out the old radiator right like that, and in goes the new radiator. Just lower it down in, bolt it in place, do everything in reverse. It's not hard at all, and I think even with the guys asking a million questions, we got this done in an hour or something. So easy job. I must say though, be careful what you buy. The first one that we bought was a dead on arrival. Take a look at this photo here. Looks like someone drove a freaking forklift into it. I like to set a good example for these guys. And we talk about a lot of stuff, answer questions, I keep them involved. As you know, if you work in a shop like this, 4-letter words go flying. And I did let one fly when I pulled that radiator out of the box, unfortunately. But that stuff happens. So I want to give you some observations now, too, on this new radiator. We took a 3,000-mile trip about a week or two right after installing this. And oh my gosh, it was so much better. We drove from Greeley, Colorado, all the way out to Port Angeles, Washington, and we cut across the Rocky Mountains, hit some really big grades. I was towing a 26-foot trailer, and we've done that drive several times the last few years, and I would always overheat on the big grades. I would have to slow down to 35, 40 miles an hour and just chug up those hills in order to keep the engine speed high enough to keep it cool. But now, with this new radiator, man, I could run a whole lot faster and never had any issues. I was really impressed. Well, that's a wrap for today's video. Thank you all for watching. Thank you also for likes and subscribes and all those things that help out. I appreciate that. I will see you all in the next one. Bye.